Hello and welcome to Logan Field here on the Tonawanda Nation. It is time for game number 1 of this best of 5 series between the visiting Grand River Warriors and the Tonawanda Braves. Hello everyone, my name is Trevor Butts. So happy to be joining all of you here tonight. A bit later than we had planned on. Apologies for that, but one of our officials a bit late making it to the game, so we had to wait a few minutes, make sure everyone is here and ready to go. Whole crew is here now as we're going to have a good one in store for you as the number 4 seeded Grand River Warriors looking to spring an upset on the top seeded Tonawanda Braves. Passing in the middle there for Grand River, doesn't connect, picked up here by Corey Becker for Tonawanda. The Braves on the season took home the top spot in the Can-Am Lacrosse League for the second time in their history. Last time they were the number 1 seeded team back in 2023. Braves were 12-4 that year. This season, another very good record. Guess what? 12-4 for the Tonawanda Braves. Again, Grand River took home the 6th spot with a 6-10 record as Nathan Grennan takes a shot there. Second attempt from Grennan will get a reset as it caught a piece of the Grand River goaltender, as Nate Sinez will send it over to the far side. Nathan Grennan looks to go to work. Outside shot from Grennan, save made by Norm Isaac, and a penalty coming up here against Grand River. Julian Moreno will head to the penalty box, and we'll see our first power play of the game for the Tonawanda Braves. Penalty for slashing to Moreno, so it will be a Tonawanda power play. Here, not even 2 minutes into this first period, the Braves getting the man-up unit out there. Long shot from Owen Hill, doesn't find the back of the net. Isaac makes the save, loose ball in front. Who's going to come away with this one? It's Nate Sinez. Sinez going to slow things down here, wait for Gates Abrams to head off the bench and get into the play. Owen Hill with it. Now Grennan looking towards goal, passes it to Abrams now. Hill, Abrams shot, stopped by Isaac. Loose ball in front. Grand River has it as Gates Abrams roughing up his man down low, trying to take it away from Cole Powless. Unable to do so here, and possession will be awarded to Grand River. Here come the Warriors back the other way. How Dice Miracle tosses it over to Todd Thomas. Todd Thomas, an impressive player on this Warriors team. Plays it over to Jacob Bomberry. Now back from Miracle. Miracle along the near side, trying to create some room. Takes the shot, stopped by Lazor. Might have caught a piece of the post as well. Now Tonawanda looking to break forward. 42 seconds remain in the power play for the Braves. Looking to get this game's opening marker on the power play. Sinez, been a big part of this Tonawanda Braves team this year. The former RIT Tiger, Nate Sinez, as Gates Abrams has some room, takes the shot, didn't quite make it to the net, blocked in front, and it'll be a shot clock violation on the Tonawanda Braves. 17 seconds remain in the penalty to Julian Moreno. So he will be out very shortly here on this possession. And Grand River looks like they will get their first penalty killed of this game. Marshall Powless flips it over to the near side. Taking the shot there was Firth as it'll be turned away by Lazor. Here comes Tonawanda in transition. Taking the shot there was Logan, stopped by Isaac. Loose ball picked up by the Braves. Over onto the far side, looking to try and create some room here is Silas Jonathan. Finds Zach Terry now. Terry over to the near side. Back the other way, knocked down, taken away by Grand River. Here come the Warriors, back the other way. Shot on, stopped by Lazor. Keto Hill letting the shot go for the Grand River Warriors. Pushing the back will keep possession with Grand River. The Warriors wearing all orange with the white and black trim. The word mark Warriors across the chest. Tonawanda in their home whites with some red shoulder trim as well. And the beautiful Tonawanda Braves logo and word mark on the front. Two excellent uniform matchups here as Bomberry tries to sneak that one 5-hole, but Jake Lazor makes the save. Back underway now at Logan Field as somebody's getting a talking to by one of our stadium workers as everything all sorted out. Back underway here at Logan Field. Sam Firth goes to the far side, looking for it right back. Knocked down here by Zach Belter as he's going to look to go on a run. Belter takes a low shot wide of the net. Penalty goes to Stu Sundown on the play. So we'll see the Grand River power play for the first time, and they score. Haudenosaunee Miracle gets Grand River on the board, and the Warriors lead it 1-0. Shots right now in this one tied up at 5, and there you'll see the 5th shot of the game for the Grand River Warriors, and it's a goal coming from Haudenosaunee Miracle. An impressive player for this Warriors team. Miracle had some time in the NLL earlier in his career. Played a few games with the Minnesota Swarm. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, not the Georgia Swarm, the Minnesota Swarm. For those of you youngins out there, the Swarm weren't always in Georgia. They spent a long time up north in Minnesota. That's where Haudenosaunee Miracle found his time in the NLL. Now he's making some great plays and big ones here for the Grand River Warriors to give them the early 1-0 advantage. Sinez looking to tie it up, stopped by Isaac. Good save there for Norm Isaac as he settles into this game. Possession here with the Warriors. Tyler Nanakoke with it on the far side, looking for an option. Nanakoke has Firth. He finds him. Firth, all kinds of room, steps in, blocked in front. Caught a piece of Jake Lazor, so it will be a reset here for Grand River. Todd Thomas up top. Nanakoke. Now Miracle with it. Miracle has some room. Takes the shot. Stopped by Lazor. Heavy hit out on the restraining line. Miracle on the receiving end of it. No whistle, though. Here come the Braves back the other way off the side netting there as Zach Terry will go behind and pick it up. Wise move there from Zach Terry to make sure he was the one who picked it up, and Keenan Ninham for making sure that he did not touch that ball as he went through the crease. Smart play by Ninham. Terry under some pressure, and he's going to run out of time. Shot clock violation on Tonawanda, as it's been a slower start to this one for the Braves offense as they try to settle in. Terry trying to get him an extra possession here, but Alex Keto Hill takes that one away. Keto Hill wearing the A on his chest for Grand River. The former Buffalo Bandit trying to work on a current Bandit. Zach Belter gets the shot off, stopped by Lazor. And now Tonawanda will bring it back the other way. Mason Homer for the Braves. Apologies. I did mention that he was a Logan earlier. No, it is Mason Homer rocking 7 tonight. That shot caught a piece of Isaac coming off the stick of Owen Hill. Hill with it. Gets a great seal there. Shot goes just a bit wide. Loose ball along the near boards now. Who's going to come away with it? It's Tonawanda's Kent Baker Printup. Now Hill with the shot. Stopped by Isaac. Norm Isaac doing very well here early on, keeping the Braves at bay for now. Let's see how long that lasts as Grand River looks to try and build on their 1-0 advantage. Warriors, that pass picked off, excuse me. Here comes Jensen now on a run. Jensen finds Abrams. Abrams has it popped out of his stick, picks it back up, shot on, stopped by Isaac. Tonawanda looking to run here as they've had a few transition opportunities already, but have yet to been able to bury one. Now Corey Becker working on Keto Hill on the far side. Becker, one of these unique guys, as we have a penalty off ball. Now Gates Abrams getting in the mixer here with Danny Weiss from Grand River. We all know Weiss is no stranger to getting mixy here, as we'll try and give you a look at it. Think I might have caught part of the scrum here. Yeah, you'll see it right there. Gates goes in, gives him a shove, couple slashes, and then the cross check up in the head area. That drew the initial call. We'll see if Gates gets a retaliation penalty, and he does. Worst part about that, Gates took the second penalty, so it'll be Grand River ball. And after all that, we'll be even at 4-on-4. Lots of open room out there for these guys for 2 minutes here with Gates Abrams and Danny Weiss each off the floor. Tyler Nanakoke will start up top, plays it over to the far side of the floor. Hill has Sam Firth. Miracle in the middle, takes the shot, stopped by Lazor. Great opportunity there for Haudenosaunee Miracle to get his second of the game, one-on-one with Jake Lazor right in front of the cage. But Lazor comes up with an impressive save here as we are just under 11:30 remaining in the first period of play. Waylon Abrams looking to go to work. Waylon trying to drive in, loses control, steps in the crease, can't pick up the ball. Sinez has to go and get it, just takes backhanded effort towards goal, can't get it on target, and it will be a shot clock violation. Jake Bomberry going to start off this attack here for Grand River, the product of Kaiser University in the NAIA. Bomberry, a very impressive player during his collegiate days. As now here comes Tonawanda. Silas Jonathan, another impressive player, takes the shot and scores. There it is for Tonawanda's Silas Jonathan, who opens up the scoring for the Braves as we're tied at 1. The transition threat that is Silas Jonathan comes up big here for the Tonawanda Braves. Keto Hill knocks him to the floor, but Silas Jonathan finishes through the contact, and we're all tied up at 1. Anthony D'Amico right off the draw, looking for an opportunity. Not going to have one here, so he'll bounce it over to Nate Sinez. Grennan finds Hill on the far side. Hill gets a pick from Grennan, takes the shot, stopped by Isaac. Loose ball into the corner. Who's going to come away with it? It's O-Dog Owen Hill. Knocked to the floor. Does a good job to stick with the play and get its pass off. Kent Baker Pruno onto the far side. Grennan has all kinds of time, and he scores. You cannot give Nathan Grennan that kind of room, because he'll do things like that. Take the lead for Tonawanda here. It's a 2-1 game. And there you see Hill does a great job running a little bit of distraction. That going through the middle, that dummy cut there did just enough to draw the attention of the defenders to give Nathan Grennan enough time to wind up and fire it past heads up, as that one goes off the draw into the woods here. Ball pops out into the trees. Someone will have to go get that one out, or one of our furry friends has a new play toy. Pass into the middle, knocked down. Who's going to come away with the Lucy? It's Tonawanda. Braves get that one uncontested. Mason Homer legging it up the floor. Toss it over to Waylon Abrams. Abrams, one of the most electrifying players you'll watch here on this Tonawanda Braves team, finds himself near the top of the Can-Am and scoring just like this man, Zach Terry. blasts it home. It's a 3-1 lead for Tonawanda. Shots now 15-9 in favor of the Braves. And check out that outside rip from Zach Terry as he gets his first of the ball game, and Tonawanda extends the lead. Looking at the chat, seeing some heat up Warriors, go Braves, go number 8 as well. If you got someone in particular you're watching, feel free to drop that in. If you're watching from a cool location as well, throw that in. I always love seeing where everybody's watching here as Nate Sinez rips that one off the chest protector of Isaac, but Waylon Abrams gets a loose ball and a reset here for Tonawanda. Penalty coming up here, off ball, as Silas Jonathan is getting roughed up in the middle of the floor. And I can hear some of the Tonawanda folks saying, attaboy Silas, as I think he just caught a piece of that shot actually too. As Silas Jonathan holding his stomach chest area. He's laughing it off though. These guys are all tough as nails. You're going to have to really hurt them to get them out of this game, as you'll get a look here. Jonathan goes in to just set some picks. Oh, yeah, caught one right up in the head there. Takes another one off the ribs. And it'll be 2 penalties coming up here. A roughing and a high stick. You got to see the high stick there initially. The roughing, I think, came a little later. So it'll be a 5-on-3 now for Tonawanda. This could be a big turning point early in the game, no matter how this goes. Here comes Grand River on a break. 2-on-1 for the Warriors. Shot blocked in front. Cam Seneca soaked that one. Coming out of the stick of Cole Paulus. Penalties were assessed to Stu Martin and Danny Weiss, each for 2 minutes. As now here's Gates Abrams looking to get a shot off. Gates takes a few slashes before passing it off. Grennan over to the near side. Sinez down looking for Terry. He scores, but in the crease the call. And you be the judge here. Did he step in? Let's take another closer look. And I think he did. That toe just caught that white line there. Good call by our officiating crew. As we got some of the best here in the Can-Am Lacrosse League. Marshall Paulus looking for that bottom left corner. Couldn't find it. And now we're going to get a bench minor for Tonawanda. And I do have to say I'm a little surprised the bench minor coming now. It's about the quietest I've heard the bench all night. And I guess Stu Sundown said something the official wasn't happy with, so the big man will go and sit for 2 or less, and this is now going to be 5-on-4 for the next 54 seconds. Then when both those Grand River penalties expire, it'll be a brief power play for the Warriors. Taking a look at the chat, Lax Hero says he's cheering for the Braves and for the popcorn. Hey, if you get down to Logan Field, we got plenty of it. Great food and great time and some great entertainment out on the floor as well. As, whoa, that's a penalty. That stick from Corey Becker just caught the back of the helmet there of Sam Firth. As now Grand River knows they have a penalty coming. Marshall Paulus looking to try and kill some time here. Paulus finds Firth. Low bouncer there from Firth. Doesn't find the target, but time has run out on the Warriors, and Corey Becker will head to the sin bin. And you can see Becker just watching Firth, gives him a cross check, and then that slash just right in the back of the helmet. Inadvertent from Becker. No ill intent, I'm sure, but a penalty nonetheless, and got to make those calls here, especially in these big games. Marshall Paulus now looking to go to work. Paulus gets some room, takes a shot, stopped by Lazor. Into the corner. Who's going to come away with this one? It's Sam Firth and the Grand River Warriors. Firth plays his NLL Lacrosse with the Albany Firewolves. Spent some time bouncing around the league a bit, but he's already got himself a ring as he won one in 2022 with Colorado. As some people forget that because he was only played for them during the postseason, but he was a big part of that championship team. As now Todd Thomas winds and fires, shot is blocked in front. I think it was Jensen who wore that one, as he'll stick with this play and get the Lucy. Here comes Jensen on a break. Jensen stopped by Isaac. Good effort there from Taylor Jensen as his defender tried to force him away from the goal. Does a good job to still get a shot off. Now Homer looking for a shot here. Bounced off of Isaac, who makes the save. Haudenosaunee Miracle picks up the loose ball. Sam Firth up top with it. 6 seconds remain in the sundown penalty. As now Firth takes the shot, stopped by Lazor. Loose ball in front. Belter's got it. Under 30 remaining in the Becker penalty now. 5-on-4. Silas Jonathan. Good work here to get that ball and keep possession for Tonawanda. Good evasiveness and awareness for Silas Jonathan, as he's already got one goal in this one for Tonawanda. Jonathan takes a low ripper there that misses wide. Loose ball picked up. KBP takes the shot, blocked in front. Going off the back of Dalton Thomas as the second attempt misses wide. Shot clock violation against Tonawanda here with 5 minutes remaining in the first period of play. It is a 3-1 lead for the Tonawanda Braves here in game number 1 of the best of 5 series between the number 1 seeded Tonawanda Braves, the number 4 seeded Grand River Warriors. Game 1 here tonight at Logan Field. Game 2 will be coming at you tomorrow night from Logan Field, and the series will flip up to Brantford, Ontario, as the Warriors will get a home game 3 and maybe a home game 4 if we need it. But right now, all the focus is on game number 1. Here's Nate Sinez on the near side. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Gotta go. Grennan up top. 3 to work with. Takes a jump shot there that is stopped. What an effort there from Nathan Grennan on that jump shot. Would have been an impressive highlight, but Norm Isaac says not today. Now Gates Abrams driving, gets the shot off, stopped by Isaac. Loose ball snagged by the goaltender, Norm Isaac. Grand River going to look for a long pass here. Paulus will find it with his man Eric Poirier. Poirier played his Junior B Lacrosse with the Cambridge Highlanders. So many of these players on Grand River feel like they were either with the Six Nations Rebels or the Six Nations Arrows, but Poirier, one of the few exceptions on this Warriors team, as this loose ball fought for out towards center, picked up Jensen. Braves could have some numbers here. Onto the far side, low drive from Homer, stopped by Isaac. Homer gets his own rebound, swim move to get past one man, and he'll roll it up to Owen Hill and head for a change and get some much-deserved applause from his teammates on the bench. Terry with a low shot there, trying to go high to low into the 5-hole was Zach Terry, but Norm Isaac read it all the way. Ball bounces around on the far side, just past Dowett Martin, but he's able to take care of it and keep possession. Jake Bomberry. Love watching Jake Bomberry play. Sam Firth. This, I believe, my first time getting to watch Firth in person here for Grand River. Heard so much about him as he just misses the top left corner. Nanakoke looks over to the near side. Paulus stopped by Lazor. On the near boards now. Tonawanda's Corey Becker had the loose ball, or D'Amico, for a moment, but knocked out of his stick by Bomberry and Firth, as Grand River has a fresh 30 with under 2:30 remaining in the first period of play. Firth looking to start the attack now. Nanakoke has some room, gets a shot off there, but Jake Lazor makes the save, and him and Lazor will have a little chat on the run past, as all cordial between Nanakoke and Lazor. Here's Waylon Abrams now. Waylon, bounce shot there, just misses. Rebound goes right into the stick of Isaac. Owen Martin bringing the ball up the floor now. Martin will slow things down and flip it over to Haudenosaunee Miracle. Miracle tosses it over to Todd Thomas. Thomas looking for a shot. Closed in on by Becker. Knocks the ball down. Sundown will pick it up. Sundown finds Becker. Could be a chance here for Tonawanda. But a whistle here behind the play, as there was some commotion going on. I believe it was below us, so we don't have it, unfortunately. But Stu Sundown delivered an extra slash, so he will head back to the sin bin for 2 minutes. And bad time for that penalty for Tonawanda, as they had numbers going forward. Could have been a 2-on-1, maybe even just a 2-on-2, but a fast break chance there for Tonawanda is stopped by the penalty. And now Grand River will have a power play with 1:20 remaining in the first period. Keto Hill has Firth. Firth takes the shot, stopped by Lazor. Loose ball. Keto Hill and Jensen fighting for it, picked up by a Warrior and shot on target. It was Steve Harris who had it and got the shot off, but Tonawanda with possession now. Owen Hill looking for a quick shot here. Gets to the front of the net and scores! O-Dog, Owen Hill gets the shorty for Tonawanda, and it's a 4-1 lead for the Braves. What an effort here from Owen Hill. 1-on-2, says, I like these odds. Let's split the D, and beats Isaac to the top left corner. What a play from O-Dog Owen Hill. Product of OCC, Owen Hill, the Can-Am scoring champion in 2023, led the league with 69 points, as he's already piling up the accolades in his young career. Lots of contact out towards center as the Warriors come away with the ball and have the possession. 30 seconds remain here in the first period. Sam Firth looking for his first goal of the game. Firth goes to Marshall Paulus, stopped by Lazor. Firth gets a pick from Paulus. Takes the shot, nearly trickles past. Second attempt somehow kept out by Lazor. Another shot maybe coming, and they score. Haudenosaunee Miracle with too many opportunities down low. Gonna bury one of them. Does so right there on the 19th shot of the game for the Warriors. 24-19 the shots, as there you'll see the end of it, as Miracle puts it home for his second goal of the game. And the score now at the end of one, it is a 4-2 lead for the Tonawanda Braves. Taking a look at the chat as it is popping here. Looking around, please locate Vader and tell him we need popcorn. All right. Heat up Braves, watching from BC North Shore. Indians represent, watching from Ottawa as well. Go Braves. Saying, let's go Grendog as well. Guyton, Georgia, says Michael Carvelis, as he's saying he's going to take Tonawanda. Firth and Paulus playing. Yeah, they're on Grand River as well. Haudenosaunee Miracle, former NLLer with the Warriors as well. Garrett Lewis, pros all across Senior B. That is very true. Lots of pros. Limited to 3 per team now this year, but the pros really liking this Senior B lacrosse here, especially in Tonawanda. Has been such a destination for these guys over the last few seasons, as we've now reached the end of the first period of play. One more time, the score at the end of one, the Tonawanda Braves 4, the Grand River Warriors 2. You're watching on Blue Squatch Productions. Trevor Butts down on the floor with the Tonawanda Braves, Silas, Jonathan, and Silas. You got one here in this first period of play. Tell me, what were you thinking on your goal?
I was just thinking I got to hustle down the floor. I got the goalie one-on-one. I see the guy coming in from across, so I got to get a shot off.
That was an impressive goal, an impressive effort as well. You've been out there, doing little bits of everything. You were taking a bit of a beating there early. Tell me, what you really love about your role here with this Braves team.
I'm just getting up and down, just playing with the fellas. They play hard, so got to try and match the energy.
Now, this is a big series. Tonawanda, of course, in game number 1 of this best of 5. Taking game 1 is always huge. What do you guys have to do to make sure you guys get the win?
Right now, I think we're doing a good job of just picking up the ball and getting up the floor and out hustling these guys. And I think with our team, we can do that.
The Braves have really been hustling here in this first period of play. They lead 4-2 at the end of 1. On Blue Squatch Productions, getting ready to start the second period of play between the Grand River Warriors and the Tonawanda Braves. As we are now underway, Anthony D'Amico with it on the far side. Picks it up right off the draw as Tonawanda looks to get that goal back that they gave up right at the end of the first period, as it was a 4-1 game. Now 4-2 the score. Here's Zach Terry. We know he can rip. There it is. Zach Terry right on cue makes it a 5-2 game for Tonawanda. And here's another look at this outside rip that beats Isaac to the far post. What a nice shot. Here's another look at it for you. Zach Terry just steps in and rips it. Might have actually snuck in through the 5-hole. Either way, it's in the back of the net. Zach Terry has his second, and Tonawanda has their fifth. Zach Terry played his collegiate lacrosse with D2 Limestone after transferring from Queens of North Carolina. Also a member of the Hawkeyes during his time in the UCBLL. While in his Limestone career, 57 games played, 224 goals. Yes, you heard that right. 253 points, breaking all kinds of records at Limestone as he takes another rip there. Puts it into the chest of Isaac. Another attempt for Tonawanda, misses wide. Gates Abrams goes down low. Hill with a shot off the post. Loose ball pops out of the stick of Abrams, but Tonawanda will be able to keep possession courtesy of Nathan Grennan. Grennan down low, shot on, stopped by Isaac. Loose ball knocked forward here by the Warriors as Grand River now looks to go on the attack. Owen Martin gonna find Marshall Paulus coming off the bench. Paulus was last in the NLL with the Albany Firewolves. Moves it over the near side and they score. Todd Thomas beats Lazor on that shot. And the Warriors get that goal back. It's a 5-3 game. And a deceptive shot there coming from Todd Thomas. Big windup and fires it into that bottom right corner. An excellent shooter is Todd Thomas, as he brings his Grand River Warriors within 2. Taking a look back at the chat, Beachman Outlaw cheering on the Grand River Warriors. He wants the comeback. That's a sick field. Yeah, Kai, this is a sweet field. If you're ever up here in Western New York, I'd always recommend that everyone come down to Tonawanda and check it out. Yeah, Michael, I love the live shout-outs as well. Always love talking with the audience here during these games. Hot Rod, no, you're the man, Hot Rod. Nyawe, oh, of course, Brendan. Nyawe to you as well. RIP, yeah, RIP Limestone Lax. RIP the whole university, I believe, shut down as a whole. So nothing much left for them as Abrams snipes it and scores. Waylon Abrams goes to the far post, and now it's a 6-3 scoreline. And here you'll see Waylon Abrams just go right to the middle. Picture perfect shot to that far post. Excellent move from Waylon Abrams. Someone who has missed some time during the regular season, but still found himself amongst the league leaders in points and goals scored as well. That shows how valuable and impactful Waylon Abrams is when he is on the floor. Big hit down low. As now we might get some extracurriculars, but our officials break everything up. So nothing coming from that as Anthony D'Amico will bring the ball up the floor. Played into the middle now. Sinez will flip it over to the near side. Switch back to the far side. Kent Baker Printup looking to go to work. KBP they call him. Trying to get into the middle. Gets a great pick. Takes the shot. Misses wide. Good opportunity there for Kent Baker Printup as it will go over and back, as he had all kinds of room but just missed the target there. Ray Hill has the ball here for Grand River. Now Jake Bomberry. Sam Firth with it. Firth makes a good move there. Spins back. Looking for a pass now. Firth goes up top. Might take a shot here. Now passes it off. Can't connect on the pass. Loose ball picked up in front, stopped by Lazor. Steve Harris had the loose ball pickup down low, nearly able to get that one past Lazor. Extra possession now for Grand River as Stu Sundown knocks his man to the ground. Now Silas Jonathan looking to go on a run. Jonathan takes it, stopped by Isaac. Don't mind that shot at all for Silas Jonathan, even with Brayley Abrams running with him. We've seen Silas score in transition all season long, even here tonight. So don't mind that shot coming from him at all. Todd Thomas with it now for the Warriors. Thomas up for Keto Hill. Keto Hill, face dodge, gets to the net. Shot goes wide. Loose ball, snagged here. Grennan looking to go on a break. Grennan, as it bounced away from him, picks it back up though. Might still have a chance. Grennan scores! Grennan drew the penalty in the process and scores the goal, as it will be a power play coming up for Tonawanda. Shots all tied up at 26. And how about this one from Nathan Grennan? Almost no room to work with, coming around the crease as he had to chase after the ball. It skipped away from him, comes around the crease and just fakes to his left, drops it back right, hip high. What a nice goal from Nathan Grennan. Goalie water break on the floor. That means a water break for us too here on Blue Squatch Productions. Before we do, want to make sure we thank Headshot Labs as well as Flying High Cannabis Club for their support. And of course, Grandma's Approved. Be sure to check all of them out here if you are in the area. At the water break, it is a 7-3 lead for Tonawanda here on Blue Squatch Productions. So on that penalty, it was initially called a 4-minute. Checking from behind on Moreno. Originally a 4-minute penalty on Moreno, but with the goal, 2 minutes will come off. So Tonawanda still has a power play as Waylon Abrams nearly finds the back of the net, but hits the post. Gates now misses on that shot. Ball knocked out of the stick of a Warrior, but played forward. Here comes Grand River on a break. Paulus plays it forward. Shot on, stopped by Lazor. Owen Martin and Cole Paulus trying to combine for the 4th Grand River goal of this game. But Jake Lazor says, no shorthander on my watch. We keep this a 7-3 scoreline. Pass here, looking for Firth, doesn't connect. Hill will pick it up off the bench. Hill looking for an option. Still Hill with it on the near side. Hill. Now Gates Abrams. Kent Baker print up. He'll play catch with Gates Abrams. Down low for Sinez. Gates. Owen Hill. Back for Abrams. Hill. Twist. Gets the shot off and he scores. What a goal from Owen Hill. Not hard to see why he was a former Can-Am scoring champion, as Tonawanda makes it an 8-3 game. Owen Hill gets that pass right back. Great face dodge there. Tucks it home into the top corner. What a play from O-Dog Owen Hill, as it's now a 5-goal lead for Tonawanda. That goal coming on the power play from Owen Hill, one of the leaders here on this Tonawanda Braves team. Hill spent some time in the Arena Lacrosse League at one point with the Oswegan Bears, but plays primarily here with the Tonawanda Braves. Waylon Abrams looking to keep the party going here. Instead, it's Grennan. And now Nathan Grennan getting roughed up after the play. The frustration starting to show here for Grand River as the scoreline starting to widen here. The gap growing. It's a 9-3 lead. How about this low ripper there from Nathan Grennan to sneak that one past the goaltender? We'll give you one more look at it as Amani Mitten now in between the pipes. Well-deserved apple there for Waylon Abrams, fighting off two defenders, gets the pass over to Grennan for the 9th Tonawanda goal of the game. 14:44 remaining here in the second period of play. It's been all Tonawanda so far as the top-seeded Braves looking like a top-seeded team. Last time Tonawanda held the #1 seed, they were upset in the first round. What a save from Lazor. Steve Harris left all alone, but Jake Lazor denies him from Grand River's 4th goal of the game. Terry takes the shot off balance, but stopped by Mitten. Now, deflection on that pass, knocks it down. Here comes Abrams with a shot, he scores. It's all Tonawanda right now. Something's got to change for the Warriors, or this could get ugly quick. It's a 10-3 lead. Shots now 31-28 in favor of Tonawanda, so not a large disparity in that category as Waylon Abrams just stuffs that one past Imani Mitten for the 10th Tonawanda goal of this game. This second period has been domination so far from Tonawanda, and we're only just over 6 minutes into the period. And now it'll be a slashing call coming up against Tonawanda. Missed that one. Apologies. Won't have a look for you. But it will be Anthony D'Amico heading to the sin bin for 2 minutes. Power play here for the Warriors as Sam Firth will start it off. Firth has it up top. Firth flips it to Todd Thomas. Down low looking for a quick stick with Miracle. Can't find him. Marshall Paulus now up top. Firth over to the near side. Shot on there. Stopped by Lazor. Steve Harris letting the shot go as Tonawanda shorthanded here for the next minute and 35 seconds. Zach Belter, the two-time NLL champion, has the ball in his stick. Belter just looking to kill some time here. Has 10 more seconds he can kill on the shot clock. Signals his man into the middle. Takes the shot. What a stop by Mitten. Might have caught the post. Belter fighting hard for the Lucy. Might get him an extra possession here, and he does. Good work from Zach Belter to secure the extra possession for Tonawanda. But then goalie's stick was stuck in the net, as we got to make sure that's all taken care of. Tough for Imani Mitten to make saves without having clear access to your stick. So our officials take care of that. Everything all sorted out. 1 minute remaining in the Anthony D'Amico penalty. Under 20 on the shot clock here on this possession. Into the middle. Terry, what a shot and a goal! Tonawanda is putting on a clinic right now. Zach Terry, the latest goal scorer here. Grennan gave him the head nod, directing him into the middle of the floor. Terry said, "Yup, I see what you're thinking." Runs right through the middle. Great cut. Takes the shot. Going away from the net. Off balance and scores. My goodness. What a goal for Zach Terry. Tonawanda was calling for Norm Isaac to get back in the net. Well, they're going to get their wish. Imani Mitten has headed back to the bench. Norm Isaac in between the pipes. Neither goalie has had much luck yet in this one. as Tonawanda is putting on a shooting clinic. 11-3 the score as that pass picked off. Cam Seneca with the interception here. And now the fake out. What a move from Seneca as the D guy showing he's got the stick skills too. Bounce pass over to Jensen. Looks like we're going to get a holding call coming up against Owen Martin. That was off the ball. Won't have a look for you, but might not matter with how the Braves have been shooting. Gates Abrams goes down low looking for Waylon Abrams. Pass just a bit off, but it will be a holding call coming up against Grand River. The last thing the Warriors were looking to do right here is put this red-hot Tonawanda offense back on the power play. Nine seconds in the penalty to Anthony D'Amico, so it will be almost a 2-minute power play for Tonawanda once that D'Amico penalty has expired. As no goaltender in the net at the moment here for Tonawanda. As there's some discussion going on the bench, waiting for the penalty to expire before the Braves are going to send their starter, Jake Lazor, back in between the pipes, just so they have the extra option here right now. D'Amico heads to the bench, and Lazor will head back in between the pipes as he gets chirped on his way there. I'm sure he doesn't mind as he's having a very good game so far. Gates Abrams pass down low. Waylon with a shot stopped by Isaac. Long pass here finds Keto Hill. Looking for a shorty here is Keto Hill. Backing down his man, and he scores! Oh, my goodness. Keto Hill throwing it back to his Bandits days with that shot. What a goal. Shoot the arrow, Keto, as he's got Grand River's fourth. Just backs down his man, tiptoes his way around the crease, and just flips it towards goal. You'll get an extended look at it here.
Looking for a shorty here is Keto Hill. Backing down his man, and he scores!
Our near side, tosses it back over the other way to his far side, going across his body. What an impressive goal there for Keto Hill. And for those that don't know, when I say shoot the arrow, Keto, that was his trademark celebration when he was a Bandit that inspired this announcer himself to take it on when he scored. So only about 2 arrows were ever fired, but it was still my celly too because of Keto Hill. As Grennan picks that one off, Tonawanda going to get that goal back here on the power play. Gates Abrams fakes to Waylon, now goes to him. Low rip from Waylon, kept out by Isaac. And now Sinez reaches into the crease to take the ball out. Can't do that, so possession will go to Moreno and the Warriors. Grand River in their second season as a franchise. Already have this man, Sam Firth, on the roster who lets the shot go. Warriors looking to build on their first season from last year. Was a tough year, but a 500 year, 5-5 for the Warriors. This year dropped to 6-10, but a lot more games played this year. As buzzer sounds, but no violation. As officials count it down manually, doesn't matter. Gates Abrams snipes the corner on the 36th shot of the game for Tonawanda. They lead here. Continues to grow as Gates Abrams snipes the top corner. Now an 8-goal lead for the Braves. Here is Abrams, steps in and picks it perfectly right in the top corner.
Buzzer sounds,
give you one more look at it
no
here.
Violation.
Gates Abrams
as officials
couldn't have put it any more in the top right corner. A perfect shot from the big man Gates Abrams, as he's a big man with some slick mitts that he showed right there. Here comes Grand River, looking to try and get any sort of momentum here to get back into this game. Pass into the middle, looking for a shot there is Keto Hill. Couldn't get the shot off in time, steps into the crease. Silas Jonathan now going on a run here for Tonawanda. Jonathan finds Gates Abrams fresh off the bench. Abrams gets a pick from Seneca, takes the shot. Stopped by Isaac. Loose ball snagged by Sinez. Move down low. Gates Abrams looking to outmuscle his defender. Trying to go cross floor here. Picked up by Seneca in the middle. Still has control. Pass doesn't find Abrams though. It'll go over and back with 9 minutes remaining here in the second period of play. Grand River trailing the Tonawanda Braves 12-4. Warriors have had some struggles on the road this season. Only one road win all season as Jake Lazor makes the save. Their lone road victory coming back on May 24th, a 13-8 win against the Onondaga Redhawks. And that's it. 2 forfeit wins for Grand River as well, and the rest of them were wins at home, so only one road win all season. Tonawanda, they're perfect at Logan Field. They haven't lost here all year. So Grand River might not be tonight with how things are going, but tomorrow night we'll have to play some of their best lacrosse and get a road win in this series if they want to advance to their first ever Can-Am Championship Series. Sam Firth looking to lead his Warriors there, but he's got a long way to go right now. Firth and the Warriors in a big hole. Haudenosaunee Miracle, he can help get him out of a hole quickly. So can this man, Marshall Paulus. Over to the near side, Todd Thomas has some room, takes the shot, deflects up out of play. Mason Homer got his stick in the way, allowing that shot to deflect up. Possession goes to Tonawanda. Jonathan swings it over to Owen Hill. Hill waiting for some reinforcements off the bench. Has it now. Onto the far side. Sinez passes it behind the net. Gets it right back. Sinez looking for an option. Has Terry's shot is blocked. Hill gets to Lucy. Avoids his man. Gets the shot off. It will be a reset. Thought that buzzer might have sounded a bit first, but reset is called. Whalen has it in the middle, and he scores. What a great display of passing there from the Tonawanda Braves before and after the goal as they extend the lead now. It is a 9-goal advantage. There is the catch and shoot from Whalen Abrams.
Reset.
How about
thought that buzzer might have sounded a bit first, but
feed into the
reset
middle.
is called.
Abrams
Whalen
cuts
has it
buries
in the
it.
middle, and he scores.
As Tonawanda now up by 9. Check in the chat. Lots of love here for both teams. Nina cheering on the Warriors. Aiden cheering on the Braves as well. Barbara saying, come on, Warriors, let's get going. Going's getting tough right now for Grand River, so they got to go get tough here as Barbara watching from Kitchener, Ontario. Thank you all for the support. As this ball knocked to the floor here, Grennan fighting for it. Black Snakes says go Grand River as well. Now ball in the stick of the Grand River goaltender who rolls it forward for Eric Poirier. Now Jake Bomberry. Bomberry flips it for Marshall Paulus. Paulus takes the shot, stopped by Lazor. Deceptively quick shot there from Marshall Paulus, and he is wicked accurate as well. Possession to Grand River. Last touch by Tonawanda, getting up out of play. It is a great crowd on hand here and a beautiful night at Logan Field here on the Tonawanda Nation. Playground full of kids, the bleachers full of fans as Sam Firth doesn't score. Kept out by Jake Lazor. What a nice save from Lazor, as we'll call him Laser Lazor, keeps it out. But now possession will go to Grand River. Haudenosaunee Miracle. Working on Jensen. Miracle. Back for Firth. Matched up with Simpson. Now on the near side. Thomas looking to get the shot off, trying to stuff it home. Short side, can't do so. Loose ball along the near boards. Picked up by the Warriors. Thomas for Nanacoke. Nanacoke looking to put on the nifty move. Can't do so here. Becker going to take it away from him. Corey Becker running with it. Has the pass back, takes the shot just wide of the net. Jensen feeding him. Now Jensen will keep the ball from going over and back. Silas Jonathan will pick it up as he's watched closely here by Danny Weiss. Terry with some room in the middle, bounce shot kept out by Isaac as Norm Isaac starting to find his groove here late into the second period of play, as this one has been a period dominated by Tonawanda. Braves outscoring the Warriors 9-2 here in this second period of play. Quick shot on there from Marshall Paulus, misses wide. Loose ball snagged on the near side. Ray Hill pass it down low. Thomas just misses. Through the crease will be the call anyways. So possession to Tonawanda. Zach Belter bringing the ball up the floor here for Tonawanda. Belter steps past his man as he's nearly able to draw a penalty here with Cole Paulus all over him, but Belter does a good job of avoiding the checks and getting the pass off. Now looking for Abrams in the middle, can't connect on that pass. Ball into the middle after the shot clock violation, as the chatter between these two teams begins to intensify here as things are starting to boil over right in front of the Tonawanda bench. I'll tell you what, if you're a Warriors player, that's not the place I'd want to start a scrap, because there's a lot of guys wearing white nearby that won't be a fan of you doing so, as Owen Hill will head to the penalty box with Daunt Martin, and they will go sit out and think about what they've done. Looking at the chat, Aiden James saying, yeah, Grand River is definitely getting frustrated. That is very apparent as well. Nice goal as well, of course. Great goalie on the Brave side. Yeah, Jake Lazor, very impressive. And guess what? Lazor hasn't even been the starter all season long. Getting the most of the starts this year has been Joel Watson. So two great goalies for Tonawanda. As now another great player, Anthony D'Amico, dragged to the floor. No whistle yet. Ray Hill, the man, knocking him down. D'Amico sticks with the play, though, but misses wide on the shot. Ball will just be kept from going over and back. Could hear the Warriors players shouting for the over and back call. Didn't get what they wanted. Room here for Becker, and he scores! What a snipe from Corey Becker to make it a 10-goal lead for the Braves. And there you'll see Gates Abrams take the pass right over to Corey Becker, who goes right to the far side. A perfect shot from Corey Becker, as he gets his first of the game. The former Halifax Thunderbird scored one career NLL goal in 5 games, spent the 2020 season, or 2019-20 season with the Thunderbirds before the season was stopped. Played his collegiate lacrosse at SUNY Cortland after transferring over from Mercyhurst. The former Tuscarora Tomahawk, Corey Becker, makes this a 10-goal lead, as Tonawanda has been simply dominant here so far. Ball into the far side, quickly now to the near side. Nathan Grennan. He's looking to add to the already impressive Tonawanda total. Grennan takes the shot and draws a penalty. And it'll be a high sticking call coming up against Danny Weiss, much to the pleasure of the Tonawanda faithful in attendance, as Weiss, the captain for Grand River, will go and take a seat on the high sticking penalty, and that'll bring out the power play unit for Tonawanda once again. Gates Abrams starts things off up top. as we got the rare 4-on-3. Grennan will get hit with an illegal screen, as Grand River might have a chance the other way, though. Owen Martin just runs out of room. Now he's matched up with Chiodo. Martin has a man up top. Takes the low to high rip there. Paulus let it fly, but Jake Lazor makes the save. Down low. Becker looking to come away with the loosey. Pressed up against the boards, but does come away with the loose ball. That is the important thing. Becker. Gates Abrams down low looking for Waylon Abrams. Ball can't stay in his stick. Picks it back up, though. Up top. Hill down low. Waylon. Pass doesn't connect. Looking for Becker now, but the Braves will run out of time. Keto Hill going back the other way. Guys all over him as Keto Hill knocked to the ground, but it'll be a push in the back on Corey Becker. And possession will stay with the Warriors. 1:18 remaining here in this second period of play, as it's been a fast-moving second period despite all the goals, as it feels like this one has just flown right by. Tonawanda in front 14-4 here over the Grand River Warriors in game number 1 of the best-of-5 series. Hill gets to the front of the net, gets the shot off, but Jake Lazor makes the save. Hill running the length of the floor here. Hill tosses it over to Gates Abrams. Gates Abrams really been putting in the work all off season long and all season long, as he's dropped a lot of weight. And I see on his social medias here almost every day doing sprints and shooting at drills as well. Always trying to get better, is one of the leaders for Tonawanda, and that's why he's one of those leaders. As Sinez looking for a dunk here. Great effort from Nate Sinez, but does go into the crease. Ball was kept out anyways. As now Moreno with a backhanded flip there connects with Firth. Firth has a one-on-one look. Finds Marshall Paulus now. Paulus with the low shot there, blocked in front. 6 seconds remaining. And it will be Tonawanda ball. Last touch by the, or Grand River ball, excuse me. Last touch by Tonawanda as the Warriors get one back. Sam Firth with the outside shot on their 40th shot of the game. Shots now 45-40 as we have reached the end of the second period of play. The goal will count. It'll be the 5th of the game for Grand River as Sam Firth gets one back for the Warriors. And there you get a great look at the crowd here on hand tonight. A packed house at Logan Field as everyone in the area out checking out this game. The biggest event in town is Tonawanda Braves Lacrosse right now. Where else would you rather be?
Buzzer beater for Grand River with that goal. That goal scored at, what was it, 7 seconds left? It was 0.7, I think it was.
Taking a look back at the chat. Both goalies are awesome. Yeah, they are, Aiden. And then some calls there for the refs. It's been pretty good, I think, so far, but we'll see, as it all just depends on perspective, doesn't it? As we will step aside here just before we do want to make sure we say thank you to Flying High Cannabis Club along with Grandma's Approved. If you're down here in the area, be sure to check them out. If you're at Flying High, be sure to check out their collection of Headshot Labs, one of their top products that they offer for their club as well. Be sure to check out both Flying High and Grandma's Approved here on Blue Squatch Productions, as we will step aside. The score at the end of 2 is a 14-5 lead for the Tonawanda Braves. Trevor Butts on the floor with Anthony D'Amico of the Tonawanda Braves. And Anthony, it's been great for you guys so far. I mean, 14-5 is the score at the end of 2. It's been good so far. How do you get this one to the finish line?
Just keep on hustling. We've been going since January, so our guys got wheels. We got the heart, we got the conditioning. No let-ups on the brakes whatsoever this period. Clean it up a little bit. We've been in the box a little bit. We got to stop falling into that game. Just play a clean game, play a quick game like we've done all year. Rely on our morals and our standards to get us to the finish line here.
And now, tell me what you guys have been doing defensively that just has been going so well for you guys. I mean, only 5 goals given up through the 2 periods. Things are clearly going well back there. Just tell us all a little more about it.
We have great leaders on our defense, Trevor, whether it be Zach Belter, Taylor Jensen, Corey Becker. I mean, you could really take any guy and call him a leader. We're just relying on each other, teaching each other after every play. There's always good conversation going on the bench about what we did good or what we could be doing better. So, keeping an open line of conversation and playing discipline, good veteran leadership is really helping our defense out a lot right now and all this year.
The Braves have no shortage of leaders on their team, a very impressive unit to say the least. At the end of 2, it is a 14-5 lead for the Tonawanda Braves here on Blue Squatch Productions. Back now on Blue Squatch Productions as could hear the Tonawanda bench say 20 minutes, 20 smiles. Guys, there's lots of smiling faces here at Logan Field right now. And that's because when you look over at the scoreboard, it says it's a 14-5 lead for the Tonawanda Braves as they are up in dominant fashion right now. Becker takes a bounce shot there, can't get it on target. Going in for the Lucy, and he gets his own rebound. Good work there from Corey Becker. Braves ended the season on a massive hot streak as that shot goes off the post and out of play. Tonawanda ended the year having won 8 out of their last 9 games in this entirety of the 16-game season, and then won their last 5 in a row. The last time this Tonawanda team was defeated back on June the 8th. In Grand River. So the Warriors, the last team to knock off the Braves, but that one was well over a month ago now. This Tonawanda Braves team has learned from that game, and I don't think they're going to make the same mistakes anymore that they did that night. And you can see on the scoreboard that they have been playing excellent here in this one as Grand River looks to try and just get something going here in this third period of play. Still plenty of time to try and come back, but as the clock ticks down, it'll become the enemy of Grand River as this cross-floor pass bounces away from Kent Baker Printup, picked up here by Moreno, but quickly thrown into traffic and taken away by Nate Sinez. Love the work that's done by Nate Sinez, a very hard-working, gritty player, but he's got a lot of flash to his game as well. So does this man, Zach Terry, the epitome of flash and style, rips it home. Tonawanda leads by 10. Another goal here for Zach Terry. I have this as his 4th of the game, as we'll give you another look at it here.
Very hard-working, gritty player.
Just some good ball movement by Tonawanda. Terry opens himself
up. So
does
this man.
He is a lethal outside shooter and is someone that, in my opinion, really should be on NLL radars sooner rather than later, as he has just been impressive and dominant everywhere he has been. Todd Thomas goes into the near corner. Shot goes wide of the net. Ball into the crease. Picked up by Lazor. Lazor tosses it over to his main man, Zach Belter. Out of the far side, Corey Becker. Waiting for a man off the bench in Nate Sinez. Sinez gets a pick from Gates Abrams. Now Gates pops off into the middle. Shot there. Goes high over the net from Grennan. Loose ball picked up but knocked down. Yard sale here as Weiss loses his grip. Now Sinez scores! Another one here for Tonawanda. Their 48th shot of the game leads to their 16th goal of the night as this one is turning into a rout quickly. Nate Sinez just goes to the far post and beats Imani Mitten.
Loses his grip. Now Sinez scores!
There you see another look at it. A great play from Nate Sinez. Played his collegiate lacrosse with RIT after transferring from Limestone, as there was a penalty called after the play. That's why there's no face-off right now, as Nathan Grennan will sit for 2 or less. So a rule here in Can-Am, if the penalty was occurred after the play had finished and the whistle had blown, there is no face-off, and the team will just start with the ball on the power play. That's what Grand River's doing here. Todd Thomas chasing after this loose ball, not going to get there. Cam Seneca beats him to it. Jensen with an excellent flip pass over in the direction of Seneca. He feeds it into the middle. Homer on a break, stopped by Isaac. Mason Homer looking for one here as everything as seemingly went Tonawanda's way in this one, but Norm Isaac makes the stop. Marshall Paulus goes down low, Miracle scores. Quick stick goal there for Haudenosaunee Miracle, his third of the game. That's a hat trick, and Grand River cashes in on the power play. Now a 16-6 game. And you see the ball movement there. First to Paulus, skip pass, Miracle, quick stick. Just as easy as you like for the Grand River Warriors as they get their 6th goal of the game. Karen Baker cheering on the Braves. Brittany Smoke as well. Braves on 3. As a lot of support for both sides here in this one, as we got over 155 of you all tuning in, as now we're getting some extracurriculars out there as Corey Becker getting involved here. Tyler Nanakoke just throwing some punches at Becker. And usually when you throw punches, you drop the gloves and the helmet. Neither guy did, so no fight going to ensue, but definitely some overhand rights thrown by Nanakoke. He'll head to the penalty box, and Tonawanda will go on the power play. As during this break in the action, give you a quick look at the Can-Am playoff bracket as it stands currently. On the right side, Allegheny and Newtown have their series tied up at 1. This series is still at 0-0. This, of course, game number 1 of this series between Grand River and Tonawanda. Now here's a break for the Warriors, stopped by Lazor. Owen Martin couldn't cash in on that opportunity. Jake Lazor says no. Kent Baker print up. Goes down low. Gates Abrams. Now for Whalen on the far side. Back to Gates. Owen Hill up top. Gates Abrams. Behind the back skip pass. Sinez. Far side. Hill. Baker print up. Scores! Some great ball movement again for Tonawanda. A pretty goal for the Braves. This time it's Kent Baker Printup who puts that one into the back of the net. Tonawanda up 17 now to 6, as we'll give you an extended look at it here. Some great ball movement from the Braves all over.
Baker Printup scores!
Puts it into the top right corner. At the end of the second period, when I was going down looking for my interviews, I talked with Kent and I said, "Hey, Kent, you want to do one?" He's like, "I've done nothing in this game. Nah, I can't go out there." Well, that ain't the case anymore. KBP with an excellent shot there gets on the score sheet as Tonawanda continues to run up the numbers here on Grand River. 17-6 the score. Gates Abrams looking for that top right corner. Can't find it here. Now Gates again. Face dodge there. What a nasty fake. As now the pass into the middle for Grennan. Knocked out a play. Guess it didn't go off Isaac. My mistake. And last touch by Grennan, and the Braves giving possession to Grand River. As it is a beautiful night here for some lacrosse at Logan Field. Thank you all so very much for tuning in and making us a part of your Saturday evening. So grateful to be here, getting to call this game for all of you fine folks watching at home, as this one has been a good one if you're a fan of the team in red, white, and black, as Tonawanda has been dominant from basically start to finish. Grand River looking to build on something here, as that shot stopped by Jake Lazor, a man who has been dialed in tonight. And speaking of guys that have been dialed in, how about Zach Terry with the ball in his stick right now? Terry, one of the biggest offensive threats on this Braves team. Speaking of offensive threats, Gates Abrams and Owen Hill entered the chat. Here's Hill. Hill looking for a move. Passes it over for Terry, and he scores. Zach Terry again gets another one, and it's the 18th goal of the game for Tonawanda, and the Braves are blowing out the Warriors right now.
Threats. Gates Abrams and Owen Hill
great shot there
the
from
chat.
Zach
Here's
Terry.
Hill.
Plays a little catch with Owen Hill.
Looking
Hill
for
draws the
move.
attention.
Passes it over for Terry, and he scores.
Giving Terry enough room to take the shot and score. I have that as his 5th of the game. So he's looking for a sock trick and a heavy push in the back here from Tyler Nanakoke, as Tyler Nanakoke seems to be looking for a problem right now, as he is getting involved in all the scrums, as goes up and delivers a heavy cross check. If he wants the smoke, got to be careful. I know Tonawanda can bring it, as they got some big boys out there that I know I sure wouldn't mess with. Zach Belter first to mind here, as Gates Abrams another one, as Gates always gets roughed up down low, and they're continuing to push and shove him. Danny Weiss, no stranger to getting involved as well, as we're getting a lot of pushing and shoving, but not a lot of action just yet, as it looks like 2 Warriors will head to the box. Weiss along with Dalton Thomas, and Gates Abrams will go sit down as well. .38 Vane drop the gloves then. I think you're reading a lot of people's minds here at Logan Field. That's what they're wanting to see. At this point in the ball game, if you're Tonawanda, just almost no sense in getting involved with any of this extracurricular nonsense at this point. It can only really hurt you. You're up by 12. Doesn't look like Grand River's showing any signs of coming back. So no need to get involved, do something you're going to regret and possibly end up with a suspension later on. So if Tonawanda, just stay out of it at this stage of the game. Baker Printup looking for the 5-hole. Stopped there by Isaac. Of course, Grand River on the other side just looking to try and find a spark and get something to build off of here, as it's going to be a quick turnaround for these teams. Game 2 tomorrow night, as a shot here from Martin, stopped by Lazor. Owen Martin, another chance on a break, but kept out by Jake Lazor. Now Waylon Abrams going to calmly pass it up top for Nathan Grennan. 4-on-3 lacrosse. Abrams puts it off the post. Waylon Abrams nearly picking up the 19th goal of the night for Tonawanda. Denied by the post. Baker Printup scores! Kent Baker Printup gets another one. Tonawanda continues to pile on as they are blowing out Grand River 19-6. And how about Kent Baker Printup? The defenders separate and give KBP a clear lane to the net. That's a mistake I know Grand River won't make again, because Kent Baker Printup can score and make you pay like he does right there. 2 goals now for KBP, as there's no more talk from him about not doing anything. Maybe I spurred him on with that little conversation after the period. Who knows? But what I do know for sure is Tonawanda is thumping Grand River right now, 19-6. I'll tell you what, I did not have this on the bingo card for today. Sinez looking for 20, denied here by Isaac. Just saying, I didn't have this on the bingo card. I thought this was going to be a much closer game. Grand River has looked a lot better. Baker Printup looking for the hat trick, just misses. Warriors have added a lot of talent throughout the season. Baker Printup looking for another one here off the chest protector of Norm Isaac, but right now just not enough to keep up with Tonawanda, as the Braves looking for their first ever Can-Am championship in their team's history. This has been a fan base that has been long deprived of a winner, and they are trying to bring one home for Tonawanda this season. Sinez looking for that 5-hole. Doesn't find it here. For a lot of years, Tonawanda struggled to be competitive. We're near the bottom of the standings year in, year out. Had tough times filling out benches and getting stable rosters. That no longer the case. Everyone wants to be a Tonawanda Brave right now, as we could be entering a new golden age of Braves lacrosse. And what does a golden age need? A championship, as that's what they're hunting for here. Chiodo misses that breakaway opportunity. Here's Moreno back the other way. Moreno with the shot to flex up off of Cam Seneca and out of play as he wore that one. Got to commend somebody like Cam Seneca for stepping in front of that ball while your team is, up by 13 goals and whatnot. But tough as nails is Cam Seneca and the rest of this Braves team, and they're always going to be willing to step in front of those shots. It's expected at this stage of the season, as now Marshall Paulus looking to have it out with a Tonawanda Brave. Here comes Stu Sundown back the other way. Stopped by Isaac. Stu Sundown, the big defender, looking for a goal on the other end. Sundown, the typical stay-at-home defenseman, wanting to get on the score sheet. Here's Jensen on a break. Jensen stopped by Isaac. What a save by Norm Isaac. Jensen had him down and out, but puts it right off the foot, I believe, of Norm Isaac, as Tonawanda stuck on 19 for the moment. Here's Nate Sinez. We know he can rip. Abrams on the far side, stepping into the middle. Waylon Abrams swings it back to the near side. Up top for Hill. Back over. Sinez. Man is dragged down, and now this is getting ugly. Zach Belter trying to get up and get involved as a Brave was jumped in the middle of the floor. Nathan Grennan was being hit with some heavy shots, and this is almost why sometimes I think it's better to just let a fight happen, because then it can stop this and stop the chippy nonsense that is kind of dragged on through this game. I get it. It's a one-sided game. Tempers flare, emotions happen. People get the best of themselves, but Tonawanda just needs to avoid that, and nothing good can come of it at this stage of the game for the Braves. But Grand River might try and goat them into doing something they'll regret while the officials go over the penalties and whatnot. As there will be a goalie water break down on the field. They're going to talk over some things. While they're doing so, we'll give you a look at the schedule for the rest of this series between the Grand River Warriors and the Tonawanda Braves. As I've said before, Game 2 coming tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. As now it looks like there might be some ejections or some commotion going on over on the far side, so we'll get back to the schedule here in a moment. As now we'll give you a look at it. Game 3, which will have to be played, will be up at the Brantford Civic Center July 25th at 8 p.m. If we need to go to 4, July 6th on a Saturday at 7 p.m. at the BCC. And then if we end up needing a 5th game, it'll be right here at Logan Field, Sunday, July 27th, 5 p.m. But these two teams ready to square off tomorrow night. We'll do it again, 7 o'clock start time. Be sure to tune in to Blue Squatch Productions for that game.
Penalties as they are set. Grand River gets a 5-minute major for high sticking. Tonawanda.
Skylar Jonathan, how's our mosquitoes treating you? They're around. Not as bad as last night, but they're around. They were definitely bugging my main man Jason Pregel and I last night, but we're doing all right here tonight as the penalties have been handed out. 4 minutes up on the board for Nate Sinez as Kent Baker Printup takes the shot, misses wide, and then 5 minutes up on the board for Eric Poirier as he got the extra minute on the penalty. Kent Baker Printup going in looking for that loose ball, takes a heavy slash, but will carry on and head to the bench for a change. Martin going back the other way, forced into the corner by Hill and Jonathan. Now Hill getting up on him. Look, Warriors want a holding call, not going to get it as the ball pops into the crease of Jake Lazor. Good work there by Lazor. Put that big stick in the way and say, that ball's mine, and send the pass forward. Here's Zach Terry. Don't give him any room. Warriors have learned that the hard way tonight. Kent Baker Printup. Return pass for Terry. Gates Abrams down low. Waylon Abrams stopped by Isaac. Gates gets the rebound, but a push will be called on Waylon Abrams behind the play. And possession goes to Grand River immediately. Turned over. Here's Waylon on the doorstep. Scores! Waylon Abrams buries it. It's a 20-burger for the Tonawanda Braves. Shots now 66-44 in favor of Tonawanda, and there you see Waylon Abrams tuck that one right into the top right corner.
Turned over.
Great feed
Here's Waylon
from Gates.
on the doorstep.
He always
Scores!
knows where Waylon's at out on the floor. Those two just in sync as Waylon Abrams puts home another for Tonawanda. And wow, who had this? At this point of the game, Tonawanda up 20-6. I know I've said it before, not how I saw this game going, to the point where we got a running clock here in the third period. And wow, what a performance here from the Tonawanda Braves. Simply dominant. Here's Stu Sundown showing off the moves. Stopped on the shot. But the big man's got some hands as well. Quick sticking in. Waylon Abrams takes the pass from Gates Abrams. What did I say? Those two are perfectly in sync as we got the 21st goal of the game for Tonawanda. Gates Abrams with the perfect pass down low for Waylon Abrams.
Stopped on the shot.
You can tell these two have played a lot of ball
hands
together.
As well.
Always
Quick.
aware of where each other is on the field, as I was saying. For Waylon, I have that as at least his third goal of the game. I know throughout the 21 we've had here tonight, I might have missed a couple, but at least 3 and a hat trick for Waylon Abrams, the former 2022 UCBLL MVP with the Buffaloes. So not only can he do it here in the Can-Am, he's done it in the UCBLL as well. Gates Abrams goes down low, taking the shot, and scoring is Kent Baker Printup. KBP has got 1, 2, 3. Great feed from Gates Abrams, probably the best pure passer here in the Can-Am Lacrosse League. Kent Baker Printup picks up his hat trick goal.
Goes down low,
as he
taking the shot and scoring.
The post on Isaac. 22nd goal of the game for Tonawanda. KBP's got all 3 here in the third period as we're now under 6 to go. Back the other way go the Warriors. Taking that quick shot there was Cole Paulus. Jake Lazor makes the save.
Number 34, Corey Becker.
Stu Sundown with it on the near side. Sundown stopped by Isaac. The whole Tonawanda bench wanted that one to go in more than anything. Stu Sundown nearly getting his first goal of the game, but Norm Isaac says not just yet. As now Owen Hill will pick it up and start the attack, as I can hear the Braves teammates giving it to Stu Sundown a little bit. Got to mess with him after he came oh so close there as Kent Baker Printup stopped on that shot. Loose ball picked up in front by the Warriors, flipped forward. Owen Martin has it. Martin does a good job to avoid a few checks there and get into some open space. Martin bounces it to the near side. Marshall Paulus looking to create some room. Paulus goes up top. Harris back for Paulus. Paulus takes the shot, deflects wide. Marshall Paulus last played with Albany as he takes a heavy collision there into the corner. As now it'll be an 8-second call on Tonawanda. Just getting back to Paulus, started his career with Saskatchewan, the 2020 first-round pick, 7th overall, as him and Johnny Paulus, both brothers that were drafted in the first round of the NLL draft. How often do you ever see that happen? Johnny was back in 2011. He was a first-round pick, 5th overall to Rochester. Bet he has messed with little brother Marshall about that a little bit. I went 2 picks higher than you, and I bet Johnny also loves talking about the 4 rings as well. He had one heck of an NLL career, an amazing player that is oh so loved up in Six Nations, as this man is loved right here. Owen Hill with the highlight reel goal. Everything going right for Tonawanda right now. Here is Hill, spins and one-handed almost rolls it towards the net. Get another look at it here. Hill just a low underhanded rip towards goal. And the wheels have just come off right now for Grand River. Nothing really left to play for here in this one. Heavy hit right off the draw. As thankfully everybody back up on their feet and okay. As we're now under 2:30 to go in this one. Tonawanda putting the hurt on Grand River right now, as this the most goals the Braves have scored in a game all season long. Sinez goes to the far side there. A low shot from Terry, misses wide. Actually will be a reset, so must have just caught a piece of Norm Isaac. Looking back here, most goals before this game for Tonawanda in a game, 21-6 in their win over Onondaga back on June the 14th. Put up a 20 spot against the Redhawks in the other home game as well. This one, 23 goals, as the shot from Terry just misses wide. Believe it would be their largest margin of victory as well on the year. And Tonawanda 12-4 in the regular season, dominant throughout most of the regular season, only getting tripped up a couple times throughout. But to be that dominant and then have your best offensive performance come in the postseason, that says a lot about the work being put in by this Braves team and the progress that has been made from this team from day one to now. As you heard Anthony D'Amico say, we've been going since January, and that's not going to change. Now Nanticoke matched up with Stu Sundown, and I don't think this is the matchup Tyler Nanticoke is looking for. He's been in the mixer a few times tonight, but I don't think he wants anything to do with Stu Sundown. And I'll tell you what, I don't blame him. I don't want anything to do with Stu Sundown either. He is a big man, and he's probably right up there with Zach Belter and Gates Abrams for guys I would never want to mess with on this Tonawanda team, as some pushing and shoving out here towards the center line, as Sinez having a chat with the Warriors' Todd Thomas, as now the clock will continue to run. The Tonawanda Braves know that they are getting out of here with the win. Wow, what a game. As the chatter continues, I'm sure that it will continue into tomorrow night's game. But for right now, Tonawanda winners, as Vice now throws the helmet at Sundown, and here it goes. Sundown and Vice tied each other up. Sundown wrestles him to the ground as tempers continue to boil over. And this is what we were hoping to avoid here at this stage of the game. Doesn't appear to be the case. Could hear some of the Grand River players saying to Sundown it started because of him, and then ripped the helmet off of Stu and then tossed it right back at him. And I think everybody at this point needs to just be careful that that they don't get a suspension or something that'll take them out for the rest of the postseason, as Vice still going after Stu Sundown. He is very upset. Officials having to restrain Danny Vice, the Warriors captain, as he looks to try and just give his team a spark. But I think it might have just spurred on Tonawanda, as Stu Sundown will receive the praise from the Braves faithful here, as we'll get a few handshakes. Remember, no team handshakes till the end of the series, as right now I think the best thing for all involved is to just get off the floor and get to the locker rooms, because nothing good can happen for either team at this point. Lots of chatter still going on between the benches here, as Tonawanda put the hurt on Grand River in this one, 23-6. As now hearing the officials say, walk away, game over, that's what we have to do at this point. As I said, nothing good can come from this, as Grand River continuing to linger on the field. Security out there trying to get them into the locker room. Easier said than done at this point. Most of the Braves off the field, only seeing Gates Abrams at the moment. As some Warriors are still very upset. Can see Tyler Nanakoke out there. Now he's swinging at his own teammates, as Nanakoke just took a whack at Dawit Martin and Marshall Paulus as they're trying to get him off the floor. Tyler Nanakoke looking for a scrap with anybody at this point. Couldn't get it with Tonawanda, maybe going to fight with his own team, as this is really soured what was an excellent evening of Tonawanda Braves lacrosse here, as I think everybody off the floor now, and I think everything is just about settled. Only see Gates Abrams down there, but the Tonawanda captain, I think, just making sure everything is okay, as he will get the final okay and look to head off the floor. Let's see what the chat's got to say about all this. Here we go, as Spencer Jonathan cheering on the Braves. You can see Spencer in the chat cheering on the Braves. Feel better, Spence. I know you missed the junior game the other night. Tough not seeing you on the floor. Hope you feel better soon, as maybe this win can help you get going better. 23-6, not much better than that. Final shots one more time, 72-45 in favor of Tonawanda. That was a number that was pretty close throughout the game, but Tonawanda really widened that margin in the third, as Mr. Winning cheering on Danny Vice, says Vice always getting involved, not afraid one bit, as is the rest of the team. We'll give you a look here at the bracket, as this series now a 1-0 series lead for the Tonawanda Braves. I know it says 0-0, but we'll get that updated tonight. They lead it 1-0. The other series tied up at 1 after Newtown took the first game over Allegheny on the road. The Arrows responded with a win of their own right, and they tied the series up at 1 game apiece. We'll give you one final look here at the schedule for the rest of this series. Remember, tomorrow night, be sure to tune in. You're not going to want to miss this. 7 p.m. start time here at